Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Generic Military Man 2. We have another Generic Military Man in the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom toy line, and this time he is African American, so at least there's a little bit of diversity here, so good on you, Mattel. So, yeah, anyway, I don't really have a lot to say, so we're just gonna jump right into this. And before we take a look at the military man himself, we'll take a quick look at his accessories, starting off with this little Ankylosaurus figure. And first we'll take a look at the painting here, and the painting here, well, I have the same problem here as I did with the other, what am I trying to say, the first military man, where the little dinosaur, or not really dinosaur, but the thing he came with, the Dimorphodon, was just a solid orange piece. And yeah, this thing is not painted whatsoever. Most of this thing is just a, solid, kind of like almost like a grape colored piece, which is honestly better than orange. If I had to choose between this color and orange, I'd probably choose this, but at least a little bit of paint would have been nice. Unfortunately, I don't have the original Kenner Ankylosaurus that came with Ellie Sattler from Series 2. But this is actually another Ankylosaurus figure that Mattel made. The little blind bag is what I meant to say. This is actually the one that came in the 5-pack Legacy Collection one. So I didn't really get a bunch of blind bags or anything like that. This came in a 5-pack. But yeah, no, this thing is actually painted pretty decently. The painting is not great, but for what it is, again, it's decent. We have some red paint on the back. These eyes are actually painted, if I can show it off in the light. Though on this side, if my camera can focus, the black where the eye is supposed to be is just a little below the actual eye itself, so it looks a little weird. And the underside is even painted like a color as well. Again, camera, can you focus? Thank you. But that's painted, Zach. I cannot speak today, I'm sorry. But, that's painted a creamy color. So, yeah. Not a lot of paint, but it's at least something. It's a lot better than this. So the painting here, unfortunately, does not get a pass. Now take a look at the articulation. There is none, but honestly, that's totally fine here. A lot of the original human figures, when they came with little baby dinosaurs, they didn't really have any points of articulation either, so this is fine. So the lack of articulation, no pass, but again, that's not always a bad thing, so yeah. Now I'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpting on this figure is actually very nice. The horns on the back of the head look a little weird, but for the most part, this looks very nice and very accurate to how it looked in Jurassic World. It's not as nice as this figure, but it still looks nice nonetheless. Now take a look at the detailing, and the detailing, again, is very nice. So the armored plating on the back of the body right here is detailed very nicely. Everything here is very nicely defined. And even the tail itself looks very nice. And the club here is very nicely defined as well. Going to the head, we have more scales. If my camera can focus, we do have a bit of a seam line right there, but everything here still looks very nice. The underside is detailed very nicely as well. And the legs have a very nice bit of musculature to them as well. So the detailing on this figure, very nice. So the detailing gets a pass. And unfortunately, this figure isn't painted, so it's not really the best. But to be honest, I'd much rather this thing be, kind of like this grapish color instead of the bright orange the Dimorphodon was. But yeah, no, the sculpting's still great, and the detailing again looks great. So not bad, better than the Dimorphodon, but still not great. So yeah. Anyway, now we have this thing, and I have no idea what this thing is. I think you, grab the dinosaur with it, but, again, that just does not make sense to me. This actually has articulation, obviously, but we'll talk more about that later on. The painting here, there's no paint. This is just a, 3 solid gray pieces, so not a lot of paint. But it still looks nice. No pass, but just like with the articulation on the Ankylosaurus here, no pass isn't always a bad thing. So, yeah. Articulation, it can open, close and open. And again, I guess it's just kind of like grab the dinosaur, but I don't really see the point in that. So, yeah, I mean, like, maybe you could, like, grab it from the other underside or something like that. I don't know what the point of this thing is. Maybe it could be, like, a bear trap, so, like, if a dinosaur came along and, like, stepped on it, it would, like, close on its foot. I don't know, I'm just trying to make some sort of sense of this. I don't know what this could be, but, yeah. Articulation, of course, as I just said, opens and closes, so the articulation, for what it is, not bad, so it gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpting here looks very nice. For what this thing is supposed to be, which I still don't know as I keep bringing up, all the paneling and all the mechanical detailing looks very nice. And speaking of the detailing here is okay as well. The claws themselves are detailed nicely as well, and we do have some nice mechanical detailing. And we do have some handlebars right here, so you could take the generic military man and kind of have him hold it like so. So you could kind of do this. And you could kind of like, again, I don't know, grab the dinosaur, I guess? Yeah, I don't know what this thing is, so we're just going to call that a day. Not bad, but I just don't know what that is. So now for the military man himself. And this is actually a very nice figure. Again, a little bit more on the generic side, but again, still looks very nice. We'll take a look at the painting here. And the painting here looks very nice. Most of his clothing is like a greenish color. It's almost like he's wearing a jumpsuit. His hair is painted a dark shade of brown, and his sunglasses are painted black. His buckles here are painted silver, and his boots are painted green, as well as the belt here and his gloves. And that is pretty much it for the painting on this figure. And the painting on this figure, not bad. Not too sloppy or anything like that, but the painting on this figure, not bad at all. I mean, on the back, I mean, there's kind of a paint blemish right there, but that's just the back of the figure. The front of the figure looks very nice. So the painting here gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the articulation, and again, I'm not going to go into too much detail because you've pretty much seen this before. So, yeah. One thing I will say is that this figure is actually more of like a hard plastic, so I like that a lot. Because before, a lot of the human figures felt like rubbery and like almost like gummy. But here, you know, like it feels better, but at the same time it still feels a little fragile at times. But also, the waist can't really twist at all because the belt unfortunately gets in the way, but the rest of your articulation is the same. Kick that much, spread, and bend at the knee. And that's pretty much it for the articulation on this figure. A little limited, mainly in the waist, but the articulation here is still very nice, so the articulation gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpting here, again, looks very nice. Not so much accurate to the movie, because this guy didn't really show up in the movie. He was just made for this toy line, and again, he's just a generic military man. He doesn't even have a name or anything like that. They could have called him, like, Bob or Joe or something. Just something. Don't just call him military man, or I don't know what he's exactly called in the box, but yeah, no, something would have been nice. I know for a fact he does not have a name, but yeah, the sculpting here still looks very nice, and, you know, everything here looks nice. Nothing too noteworthy, it's still a little generic, but yeah, the sculpting still looks very nice. So I guess, you know, just to use him and the other military man as just dino food for, you know, whenever the T-Rex attacks or anything like that, I feel like it works. So the sculpting here, I'd say gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the detailing, and the detailing is actually very nice. So the detailing on the head, if my camera can focus, is very nice and very well defined, and we have some nice detailing throughout. His jumpsuit is detailed nicely as well. The straps here and all the pockets and whatnot, very nicely defined, very well detailed, and all the creases and folds and whatnot in the pants and in the sleeves. Very nice. And his boots, again, look very nice. And something I didn't notice until now, they have kind of a paint blemish right here. Some of the green on the body here is kind of on the boot. A little hard to notice, but it's there. But yeah, no, the detailing on this figure is very nice. So the detailing gets a pass. So at the end of the day, should you get this? Honestly, yeah, this is a very nice human figure to have. Again, It would have been nice if they gave him at least like some sort of a name, like Steve or Joe or something like that. Something like that would have been really nice. And here is the other military man. This one's a bit taller, but yeah, no, if they gave these guys a name, that would have been great. Like, I don't know, like Larry or something. Something. Don't just Military Guy 1 and Military Guy 2. So, I guess if you're using these for, like, you know, dino food for whenever the T-Rex attacks, like I just said, then I feel like these will work, but again, a little more creativity would have been nice. So, yeah. These are still very nice figures. If I had to choose between the two, they're both nice, but if I had to choose between the two, I'd say that this guy right here is a little better than this, mainly because the articulation, the accessories. Even though I still don't know what this thing is, this little creature thing that it comes with is much better than the bright orange Dimorphodon, so yeah. This figure originally retailed for about $7.99, so not a lot of money. And just like with the rest of the EC1 figures, I would not, you know, pay over $10 for these, because these are not worth $15 or $20. I'd say $10 is the most you should pay. I don't know if these figures are still available in store, because Target and Walmart, they don't really stock up well, so yeah, good luck trying to find any human figures in Target or anything like that. So yeah, kind of unfortunate, but not really this figure's fault. It's mainly, it could either be Mattel's fault or the stocks at Target or Walmart or whatever, but yeah, either way, this is still a pretty nice figure, and if you want to know how big he is, then here he is next to Dr. Billy Grant. Alright, now that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zack out.